Charles, first things first, has to feel pretty good sitting here in this packed Sao Paulo arena, seeing your teammate Elvis Brenner get a spectacular finish like that.
Aqui com o ex-campeão Charles Oliveira, cara, deve se sentir bem, né? Ver essa torcida aí torcendo pro Elvis e saindo com essa vitória.
Ah, com certeza, feliz demais. O Brasil merecia isso, o UFC voltar a São Paulo, uma grande vitória do Elvis, então pô, a gente tá feliz demais.
Absolutely, this is what Brazil deserves. You know, it's great to be with Elvis here, and yeah, we're here for the show.
Well, obviously, the eye, we have to talk about it. How is it healing? What is the process and the timeline for the healing?
Cara, falando agora sobre o olho, como é que tá? Qual o processo para recuperação?
Eu creio que agora eu vou voltar daqui uma semana, voltar a treinar, eu tô tentando voltar aos poucos, ainda tá fechando ainda, como fala, né, aos poucos. Foi muito fundo o corte, então a gente tem que ir devagar, a gente não tem luta marcada, então a gente pode vir nesse processo mais tranquilo.
Yeah, it was quite a deep cut. I don't have any planned scheduled fights at the moment, so we can take our time to get a good recovery. So I might go back into training within a week or so.
Okay, so haven't been back in the gym yet?
Então você nem voltou a treinar ainda?
Não, ainda não.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Well, there was a big fight. I'm sure you were tuning in to watch Islam Makhachev, Alexander Volkanovski. What were your thoughts on that fight?
Mas como é que você assistiu a luta do Islam e do Volkanovski? O que você achou da luta, cara?
Cara, foi uma grande luta, o Isa vem evoluindo demais na parte de pé, né? O Volkanov merece todo respeito por ter pegado em cima da luta, mas o Isa fez a leitura de luta perfeita e venceu com nocaute.
It was a great fight. It was a great fight, but Islam is really on developing his striking. Congratulations for Volkanovski to face up with him with that, but Islam is evolving so much.
You mentioned that you don't have a fight scheduled necessarily, but there are rumblings out there that Islam could be your next opponent in early next year, possibly January in Toronto. Is there truth to that?
Você falou que está sem luta marcada, mas tem um rumor aí que talvez você lute contra o Islam em janeiro, talvez no Canadá?
Cara, de verdade, a gente estava agora no vestiário e aí começou a sair isso aqui, todo mundo perguntando. A gente não tem nada, a gente não sabe de nada, mas esse é o time, janeiro, fevereiro, quem sabe pode acontecer, mas até o momento a gente não tem nada.
We just heard this from in the locker room. You know, people start getting asking us on the messages, but this is the first time we hear about it. But that's the timeline. January maybe, so who knows?
If it is Islam and you do get the rematch, what would be different a second time around?
Mas se for essa luta realmente, você pegar o Islam na tua próxima luta, vai ser diferente?
Com certeza. Eu vou ser o mesmo Charlie que vocês vêm lutando. Eu vou andar pra frente o tempo inteiro. Eu vou buscar a vitória. O nocaute é outra transição.
You see the Charles you always see. Always going forward, always looking for submission, for the knockout, going for the win.
Is Islam who you want next?
Mas você quer lutar contra o Islam na tua próxima luta?
Eu quero lutar contra o campeão. É isso que eu tô procurando. Eu quero lutar contra o campeão. É isso que eu quero.
I want to be champion. I want to fight. I want to be the next champion. That's what I want.
Very good. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you guys. Charles Oliveira, we'll send it back to you.
All right, interesting information there from Charles Oliveira. Islam's manager, Ali, actually tweeted about 25 minutes ago that this is fake news.
Oh, really?
And that fight will not be happening in Toronto.
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at how cynical you are of you. Like, oh, really?
No, I wasn't. I was like, oh, really? Is that true? Because he's Islam's manager. He would know.
Right.
And according to Charles, it's been doing the rounds, and the manager comes out and says, no, that's fake news. It's not happening.
Does that mean that it won't happen, or it just means at this moment?
No, it means right now the manager's saying that it's not happening.
Well, yeah. I mean, but let's
manager's posture a little bit, right?
For sure, they put posture. But Charles just said he hasn't even been training.
Yeah, but he's training next week.
Well, he was meant to fight a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but he hasn't been training.
He looks pretty good to me.
He still got the stitches in his eye.
I saw him. I walked out of my room. I was going to the elevator today to come over here and work with you guys. And there's Charles Oliveira, right? Looking $1 million, as we saw there. Looking like Mr. T. So much gold on him. I was blown away by the size of the guy.
Yeah, man.
But I'm like, you are living large.
He look like new money, don't he?
I'm like, man, look at this guy.
He was great. He was great. He was actually around the last few days in the hotel with a lot of these Brazilian fighters he's been working with.
And he deserves it. I mean, look at the body of work from that man. Look at the performances, the excitement that he's brought to the octagon. And maybe, who knows, maybe he fights Islam next. I hope so. I would love to see it.
I do too. And I hope it's sooner rather than later. But time will tell if that actually comes to fruition.